You know things are getting serious when two things happen. The bucket hat comes out and the sunglasses come on. And I've got something to share with you today because I've been cooking up a 4-3-3 variation 2, not since FC26 has come out. I've been cooking it since the beta. And I've made tweaks now. The final game is out and I'm really excited to share it with you. Now, if you're not following me on X, why not? That's where I post every single day, multiple times. If you want to keep up to date with my latest content, ideas, creations, goals, everything like that, then make sure you are following. And I did actually say I've got 6 4-3-3 variation 2 tactics on the go. I'm here to share you with one at the moment that is really working with me. It's nice and balanced, so if you are new to the 4-3-3 variation 2, it's not going to be scary for you to try today. Should we take a look? I think we should take a look. And if you are looking to purchase any FC26 coins or points, then check out eldorado.gg. Not only do they have FC points and coins, they've also got other in-game currencies for other games. If you use promo code ALX, you get yourself an extra 5% off. The beautiful thing about Eldorado, it is safe and reliable, and the beautiful thing is you can check out the reviews from all the different sellers so you can feel rest assured that you're getting exactly what you paid for. I believe in Eldorado.gg, so should you. Check them out if you're looking for any in-game purchases, coins or points. Let's get back to the video. This is the squad that I've been rocking, by the way, and look at this, Wataru Endo. What a player, what a man. And actually, look at my Soboslai here. 15 games, 18 goals, 16 assists, which kind of says everything about this kind of like formation. I haven't played a single game of squad battles, by the way. This is purely the tournament mode and rivals. Again, look at my striker, the involvement from my striker. So the first thing, we're going short passing and high, and I'm going to explain why we're going short passing and high. We've gone for short passing because passing is much stronger in FC26 than it was in FC25. Even though we're using lower rated cards, passing is really nice and crisp. The first time passing is nice, it's more responsive. So short passing just brings the team together. We don't have two CDMs. We don't have kind of like really narrow formation like a 4-1-2-1-2. So we need the players closer together and show for the ball. High defensive line at 70 because we want to minimize as many possibilities of the gaps forming on the pitch. I do find that sometimes when your centre mid gets pushed up or when you're playing with wingers, your back four can get isolated. So I found that 70 was a good balance of kind of like higher up the pitch without leaving yourself exposed. And then we've got the player roles, and I do want to start with the fullbacks because we've got one on fullback defend and one on wing back balance. I've tried everything with the fullbacks, the versatile, the new kind of focus for the fullback. I've tried false backs, I've tried everything, and lots of things do work. That's why I've got 6 4-3-3 variation 2s up on the go at once. But with this particular setup, the reason it works is because you kind of form a back three here with your fullback being defensive, allowing the centre mid, by the way, on playmaker attack to get forward, and this wing back just offers a little bit of support. I found that fullback balance, actually, they don't move anywhere. It's not like last year where they slowly went forward. They literally do not move. Maybe it's because of the lack of plus rolls. As you can see, my team have only got 3 plus rolls, and the tactic is working fine. I think at the beginning of the game, we've got to be careful not to kind of like just focus on the player roles and the plus element, because not many players are going to have it in lots of different kind of roles and setups. So it's fine to experiment. So the 2 fullbacks then, one on wing back, one on fullback defend, are defensive mid, ball holding with ball winning. Now, I haven't really used ball winning a whole lot on FC25, but I felt like it was needed in FC26. So normally I would go probably defend if I was using holding, but ball winning just meant that they didn't push up as high. So it stopped kind of like leaving my back 3/4 exposed. And that was basically the major difference. I didn't want him as high as you would have on defend, and that is why it's on ball winning. Now the magic here is the midfield 2 with the front 3. So I've got one midfielder on deep line playmaker build up. So they are going to kind of sit in those little pockets. What you don't want with this particular setup is both playmakers. If I had a playmaker here, for example, bombing forwards, and then my CDM is left exposed. We can have setups like that. But that means we need to have different roles for the fullbacks. Because we've got a wing back here, what's really nice, again, with the short passing, you've got players close together. So you've got Endo who's going to sit in the middle of the pitch, kind of be that anchor. Then you've got Jones who's going to buzz around, but not get too advanced unless you send him on a run or there's a gap. And then you've got your playmaker attack, who is going to get advanced. There's space there. They're going to attack it. And the space is created because our right winger is on winger attack. Because they're staying up wide, that occupies the opposition fullback, which means there's space for the centre mid. And I showed you Szoboszlai's stats beforehand. You can see how many goals and assists he's getting in Rivals, in the tournament mode. So both kind of like fairly competitive modes. And he is absolutely causing damage. It does help that he's got the plus to the role of the playmaker attack. So you've got a really nice balanced midfield three here. Really, really nice. It's similar to kind of like Gravenberch here, McAllister, and then kind of like your old school Szoboszlai. Now it's Wirtz. So it works in a similar way, but you've got a balance. You've got defensive, you've got roaming, and then you've got an attacking. Then we've got the Holy Grail, false nine attack. Now I like build up as well. I actually found that Szoboszlai was getting more goals when I use build up, but if you want them to make those runs behind, again, it helps that he's got a plus on the false nine. Attack is really nice. It definitely feels like they're false nine in the build up, but if there's space, they will get in behind and they will move into it. And then wide playmaker now on attack. Now it looks like they're really narrow here, but they're not as narrow as it looks in the picture. So if you look inside forward, and then if we look at playmaker on attack, wide playmaker on attack, they look like identical. They're not. They do start wider and come in. I find, and I have found, inside forward this year is extremely narrow. They're almost strikers, not inside forwards. They even sit more narrow than FC25. Again, is that because of the lack of plus and plus plus, or is that a tweak to the role in how they're going to play? So the wide playmaker, you get the best of both worlds, wide, and then they come central. And they will come central, just not as central as the inside forward, which means it doesn't get too blocked up. It kind of acts as more like a 4-2-4 in some ways when you do have the ball. So I've been having a lot of fun with this. You can see the goals throughout the kind of video, what I've been able to do. Now remember, if you are a YouTube member, or if you did not know this, you would have got this tactic before anybody else. That's the way the tactic videos are going to work. So memberships, please check out the video I've got on the homepage about memberships. If you are a member, you get the tactics videos early, and it does support the channel as well. There's going to be a tactic video every single week. Like I said, I could probably just fill the whole year just with different 4-3-3 variation, 2 formations. Because of that, my testing tactics, I'm going to stay away from 4-3-3, and I've got a really interesting 4-4-2 later on this week, and I've been having so much fun with it that someone sent me in my DM. So look forward and look ahead for that. Thanks so much for your support. I look forward to having a great year. Like and sub if you are new. Comment how you get on below, and I'll see you very soon.